The battered face of Kerri McAuley, shared to Facebook at Christmas after the 32-year-old was assaulted by her on-off boyfriend Joe Story. Weeks later, she was dead, killed by the same man in a brutal attack which left her with 19 separate injuries to her face. Yesterday, a jury found him guilty of murder in less than an hour, but today he failed to appear at his sentencing hearing after tricking prison officers.
When he went back to Bedford Prison last night, he told the prison authorities he wasn't required. They accepted that at face value and simply didn't produce him this morning. The judge is clearly extremely unhappy and cross about the situation. I share his sense of frustration and anger. I find it bewildering that a prison, knowing they're holding a prisoner convicted of murder, knowing he's due to be sentenced, take it upon themselves not to produce him simply because the prisoner says so. I've been a barrister for 32 years now, and I think this is the first time I've ever come across a situation like this.
The 2-week trial at Norwich Crown Court heard about a relationship with a history of violence. But it was in January when, after a night out in Norwich, the couple returned to Ms McAuley's home in Southall's Way and, fuelled by drink and drugs, Story launched a savage attack on her, leaving her for dead. He even returned to the scene hours later, but left again without calling for help.
At no point has Joe Story shown any remorse at all during our investigation, and he has prolonged this agony for Kerri McAuley's family, friends, who have had to sit through this trial throughout and listen to the evidence, which is chilling, horrific and very distressing for them.
Ms McAuley's family chose to release these photos of her injuries from an attack last year to encourage other victims to seek help. The mum of 2 originally posted them to Facebook with a message saying she'd been beaten and suffocated and left with a broken cheek and a broken heart. Her family hope it'll encourage others to speak to friends or police or even domestic abuse charities like Leeway.
Releasing the pictures is a very brave thing to do because it will upset people. They're graphic, but I think at the same time it sends out a very, very powerful message. They're very keen for people to kind of use that as an example and say, you don't have to take this, please get support. And I think that is in itself, even though it's a very, very hard time for them, that is a very brave and admirable thing to do.
27-year-old Joe Story, formerly of Murrells Court, failed to appear this morning, a move described by the judge as just another manipulation of the court process. There had also been delays in the trial after he claimed he was ill. A video link was considered after Norfolk Police said they didn't have enough staff to help transport him at the last minute due to Take That's concert at Carrow Road. But after consulting Ms McAuley's distraught family, it was decided Story needed to be present for them to see justice done. The judge ordered sentencing to be postponed until Monday.
The judge has asked for a full report, and I very much hope that the prison explains itself. But it does seem to me that any organisation that is funded by the taxpayer should be accountable, and when they fail, they should be called to account. And it seemed to me incumbent on me to bring it to the judge's attention that the failing of Bedford Prison was a serious one, and that they should have to answer to the public for the failings in this case.
A spokesperson for the Ministry of Justice, which runs HMP Bedford, says they don't comment on individual cases. And while Ms McAuley's family would have hoped today would bring them some form of closure, instead they've been left with another weekend of waiting to find out exactly what lays in store for the manipulative killer who stole Kerri's life. Lauren Du Bois, Mustard TV, Norwich.